by the sea, and point to this diary. I found many rocks, all pretty colors. I found waves that split the sound of a silence.
This has been my inspiration over the last 6 years. I saw this in a gallery 6 years ago in Atlanta, and I got a printout of it. I didn't get to meet Janporch. I wish I could, but I got a printout of it, and it inspired me to come here to art school. And I've been spending the last 4 years of my life night and day studying Janporch's style, doing the best I could to try to become a student of his school of thoughts. And after 4 years, I sat down. I thought I was ready, and this is the best I could do. I spent a month on this painting, using 4 years of education, trying to copy Janporch's amazing work, and I failed. This is terrible. Janporch is essentially a magician. He can't be copied. I mean, this is trash. It's trash. I wasted 4 years of my life.
Janporch. The thing about Janporch is he draws things that people wouldn't normally put down on paper. People would be scared to put down on paper. It's like when you haven't slept for a few days, a week, maybe a month. You start hallucinating, and there's not enough insulation on those nerve endings. So Janporch he draws it straight to the bone. He's honest. Something most people couldn't do.
You know, the only way to get in touch with Janporch is to write to this P.O. box right here. You know, I've just always been fascinated with that he signs by Janporch Industries instead of his real name. I just think that's extremely fascinating. You know, I've always wondered if this is something, you know, his little place he works at puts out his paintings as a side project to bring in some more money. I mean, I guess if we really wanted to, we could just wait here and see when he came to pick up his mail, if we wanted to figure out who he really was. But that'd be too easy, because we didn't have to overanalyze everything. I mean, I don't know if I'd be interested in his art.
The thing that most impresses me about Jandek is that the paintbrush is an extension of himself, a third arm, if you will. And he doesn't need to be perfect in his methods or even have a method at all. If he's angry, he can strike the canvas. And that right there is enough. It doesn't need to be fantastic to look at. It doesn't need to be something like Picasso. I mean, Picasso could not do what Janporch does. I mean, he just couldn't. I love Picasso.
Hello? Hi, this is Robert Blanco calling from Underground Art Museum. I'm looking for a Mr. Janporch. This is him speaking. Yeah, so, alright, I'm working on a series of articles about revolutionary art, and I was hoping if I could have a snippet of your time to get some information about your art. No problem about your art. I'll be sure to keep the information about the art, if I can, because I'm so interested about you, but I'm assuming you'd like to keep yourself, you know, your information a little bit private. Yeah, I'd prefer that. So, I'd like to start off by asking about one of your more recent paintings, which has probably become one of my personal favorites. I was at an art gallery, ENGL 1-on-1, in downtown Atlanta when I first saw it, and it was essentially love at first sight. What really blew me away was the title, Nancy Paints. You should have this wonderful painting that I'm a assuming was painted by someone named Nancy, and then in the center of it you just have a unmistakably beautiful and wonderful work of art by Janporch. It just makes the painting really over the top. It's great. I love it. Well, thank you. So, can you tell me how you met Nancy? Well, don't really remember her name exactly. I just kind of picked Nancy because, I just needed a name. Well, what about, how'd you meet her? Can you tell me that? Not so sure if I can answer that. Yeah, how did I meet Nancy? Yeah, I can't answer that. Alright, that's fine. Could you tell us anything about what inspires you? Well, I make paintings. I make art. It's what I do. Well, of course. What's anything that makes you really want to paint them? I just paint. Next question. Alright, well, have you had any offers for your artwork to be published by a large company before? Yeah. I've had an offer or two. Never really took them because they wanted me to, meet with them, and they wanted to see who I was and my name and stuff, Doesn't really work that way. Well, why don't you want to do that? Wouldn't you kind of like to get recognized for the work you do? No. I don't want to do that. Well, I see. Well, I just really can't hold my tongue any longer, Mr. Janporch. Can you just give me a little personal information? Just anything. I'm just so curious about your work. No, I'm afraid I can't do that. I really don't want to. That would defeat the purpose. Well, what's this purpose you're talking about? Well, I don't want people to know who I am, to keep them interested. Oh, I see. Well, you're really making this difficult for me, Mr. Janporch. Well, you're lucky you're getting this interview. How's this for difficult? Mr. Janporch. What, did you just hang up on me? Wait. No, you just...
Many people don't think he's talented, but it's not like he's talentless. He just makes art that people don't understand. He's just doing what he likes, what he feels. He isn't trying to make art that people like, or even understand. I guess, if we understand it, we got lucky. Or we're just seeing something past the canvas, past the paint, through life itself. If you look at his art, it's all about negative space. See the space between my two fingers? See this? This is negative space. And that's what Janporch does. He creates space, negative space, in between the canvas and his audience. If you look at the people he draws, and he does it in a way that not many people can understand. The thing about his art is, not many people get it. But I do.